me and Matt watched this horrible fucking movie before coming over here.
You basically okay.
Bible
so
guy?
this is my day. So he brings me to Greek Fest, or I brought him to Greek Fest out of the kindness of my own damn heart.
I bought your entry ticket out of the kindness of my fucking wallet.
I bought you a baklava sundae. You know, that shit's delicious. That's what friends do. Yeah. And then he shows me...
I brought the fucking chairs.
This fucking movie, Badass Monster Hunter.
That's what it's called? Badass Monster Hunter?
Yeah, it's
Badass Monster Killer.
Badass Monster Killer. Sorry, I misspoke. Killer with the R.
If it was A, I would have been
Yeah, you got to hit it with R, the hard R. And
like a pirate?
Yeah, R.
Yep.
It's 3.5 stars on Amazon Prime, and it's an hour and 34 minutes and 1 second long, and it's about an hour and 4 minutes and 1 second long too long. So basically,
yeah. Well, let me give a little preface here. That when they got over here, they told me that they watched this movie.
It was,
and they said you need to, so that you have a general idea. We want to show you the trailer. Pull up YouTube and look up the movie.
And then hold on,
I'll look it up, and there's two different trailers that show up. There's one that's like a minute 9, and then there was one that was like a minute 19. And y'all were like, watch the one that's a minute 9. If anything, you're still keeping 10 seconds of your life.
Yeah.
That you won't lose to this terrible fucking movie.
That reminds me of Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter.
God. Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter is better than this movie.
Ooh.
Like you mean Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
No. Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter.
What?
Yes.
Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter.
You should watch it.
It's a trauma film. It is gold, a trauma film. You know, like the Toxic Avenger and shit?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, trauma.
Yeah.
Great studio. Love them. This movie, okay, so all the backgrounds are green screen except for 2 backgrounds.
Yep.
And one of them looks like the set from a haunted house. A janky haunted house. And that's the villain's lair. And there's also in that set, there's always 2 topless women just wiggling around in the background for no apparent reason.
It's like a Whitesnake video.
But worse.
Yeah, it's really bad.
But the other set is a strip club that they just cut to multiple times. The rest of the sets are all green screen, and they look like weird CGI versions of Cool World. If you've ever seen that movie.
Waterworld?
Cool World.
Cool World.
Cool Runnings?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, mix Cool Runnings and Waterworld together. That's what you
bad.
get. Yeah. And so this movie is like they showed a filmmaker or a student filmmaker the Wikipedia article for H.P. Lovecraft, and we're like, all right, make a comedy blaxploitation movie about this, and you have 2 days to do it. There's so many fucking heavy-handed references to every Lovecraftian thing in there. It's got like they're trying to go for this 70s vibe, so they have this kind of funk soundtrack playing through the whole thing, but all the lyrics to the songs are dictating what just happened in the scene, which is actually the best part of the movie.
The soundtrack is the best.
Yeah.
Devin, send me a link to this movie.
It is. But they're trying to go for this comedy thing where they're not taking themselves seriously. So they're trying to do that repetitive comedy thing where they just say the same lines over and over again as a funny thing. But it gets to the point where at first you're watching the movie, you're like, okay, it's a middling budget. It's not that bad. They're trying hard. But halfway through the movie, you're like, fuck, how long is this movie? Have I been watching it for 2 hours? I've heard the same lines over and over and over again.
It's bad.
It's just... so by the time you get to the end of the movie, you're just like, I need a break from this. I was like tired after watching this movie.
Gentlemen, we stand on the edge of a solid gold future to be unleashed once more upon this unworthy world. Can you dig it?
Don't worry, Chief. I'm on the case. What do you know about this?
That's for me to know, and you to find out.
All right, so just imagine like an hour and 30 minutes of that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
So,
Bag my eyes out.
so here's the thing. First off, the main character, what's his name?
Oh,
Blackula.
Chevelle.
Yeah, Chevelle.
Like the band or the car?
Hold on, let me just read out the character names.
Yeah.
You got Uncle Poon, Big Lynn, Danny Chocho, Jimmy Chevelle, which is the main character. You have a Shoggoth, the Knights of Chaos, Mo Cool, Detective Man Nantucci, Chief McCracken, Lola Galadando, Reverend Anton De La Morte, Roach Hogan, Taco Donnie,
Taco Dine.
Taco Donnie. That's my favorite one.
Freddie Flash, Cherry Pop and Jerry Grimes, Pancho Melodando, Cobra Dan Cooley, and Bunny Von Bonbon.
Is this a consortium of
Bunny
genius
Von
cast?
Bonbon-
Did they put this movie together?
Bunny Von Bonbon was an actress's name. It wasn't a
Oh,
character.
that was
name.
her actual name?
Yeah, that was
whoops.
the actress's name. And the main character, he has this line about so it's basically like 30 of the same scene with different monsters in each scene. That goes over an hour and a half. What happens is monster shows up. Main character tells a woman that he's protecting in that scene that he works for a secret government agency that protects the world from
Secret occult.
secret occult monsters or some shit like that. And if they're down with that, maybe they could get together later. But right now he's got some business. And then they fight the monster. The monster dies, and then he makes sweet love to them. And back at his apartment, and it happens about 30 different times throughout the movie.
That kind of guy.
The highlight of the movie is this dude is
Taco Tony?
Taco Tony? No. It's actually Mo Cool. He worked for a pimp. Oh yeah, and it's these weird cultists that are trying to summon the Bride of Cthulhu to kill everyone in the. I don't really know what they're trying
Everyone
to do.
in Camaroville. That's
Everyone
the town.
in Camaroville.
Camaroville.
Yeah.
And take over the prostitution and drug ring.
Yeah.
They make Necronomicronic, which is an opiate weed thing that changes how you think. It changes your brain chemistry. And I wish I could get some to erase this fucking movie from my life. I wish it came with that. But the main bad guy, he's like this kind of Anton LaVey type of dude, and so he's trying to take over all the drugs and prostitution, and he's got a really terrible Southern accent for some reason. And
Pretty bad.
So Mo Cool is this pimp's bodyguard, and they
Slash
go
personal assistant.
slash personal assistant. And the absolute best part of the movie is when they go, he goes with the pimp to meet the main bad guy, and the main bad guy shoots the pimp, and he's like, "Come and join my group." And Mo Cool is like, "Yeah, sure. What do I have to do?" And the main bad guy's like, "You gotta get naked in a coffin, and then we all spill our seed on you." And the guy's like, Mo Cool's like, "Wait, you're gonna jerk off on me?" And then he fucking runs away. And so every other scene, he's just freaking out about evil monsters trying to jerk off on him, and that's the only redeeming quality of the movie.
Getting jerked off?
Oh my god.
I give it 1.5 pickles.
I
Damn.
also do agree with him with the 1.5 pickles.
That means that it has some redeeming quality.
Yeah, what's the redeeming
okay,
quality
so
of
the
it?
redeeming qualities
was
for
the fact
me.
that every chance you saw there was a
There was a lot of tits.
There are a lot of tits in
A
it.
lot of tits.
I love
would
the
be a
fact that the
redeeming
main
quality.
character is Chevelle.
Yeah.
And they're in Camaroville.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
like blatant
And he-
rip off
and-
of cars.
And no, he drives
Did you
a
not catch
He drives
that?
a
I just,
Chevelle.
oh my god.
and he
Yeah.
drives an SS Camaro.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
There are so many references to really heavy-handed references to other subcultural things,
Right.
books, Lovecraft books and movies, and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
The special effects makeup make this movie what it is, and without it, I don't think it would be as good. Like, there's two saving qualities, and I think that's the soundtrack and the shitty special effects.
yeah, the special effects are not actually as terrible as you'd think they would be.
Except that one dude with the fucking things on his head.
Yeah,
That was pretty
he's-
shitty. You can
he's
see the
the
back of the
worst
ball
one.
cap. But, like, they just kind of throw you into the movie, and with this fucking tentacle monster thing.
Uncle Poon
I'm in it.
Uncle Poon.
turns into a tentacle monster.
And then he takes the other rival pimp's
Sounds
head
like a
and
hentai
shoves it
I
in his
watched.
stomach. His stomach has like a mouth on it.
like this vaginal mouth on
Yeah,
the stomach.
and he's like, oh yeah. And he's like, it looks like he's blowing him, but he's actually
Yeah.
getting eaten by a stomach monster.
All right, I can't stomach any more of this movie. This is horrible. Like I can't take it anymore.
It's stomach turning.
The
Desire to know
music,
more intensifies.
the music, you could overlay like to a night of sweet love making.
Yeah,
It's
it would be
super
good for that.
funkadelic.
The music was good, but by the end of it, like you're even tired of the fucking music. This
It
movie,
drags on.
This movie would be fine if it was like 20 to 30 minutes. If somebody was like, "Hey, here's like a 15 to 20-minute YouTube video," I would watch that and giggle and be like, "Okay, this is good." But it's like they're like, "Fuck, we used all our jokes in the first 15 minutes. Let's just keep reusing them for another hour and like fucking 15 minutes."
So what you're saying is it's basically like an Amy Schumer sketch.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the
But
one
better.
line, the one line,
And
the
more
one line, he's
entertaining.
like, "Honey, I work for a secret government group that fights a secret occult supernatural species that no one knows exist. Now, if you can get down with that, maybe later we can get together." So it's like that. He says that at least 10 fucking times.
Oh,
Sounds
more
like
And
than
then
that.
Dynamite.
all the chicks that he fucks, he takes them and then makes a group of, like, teaches them kung fu. They don't show that
Yeah.
part, of course. And then at the very end, they just bust in with fucking Uzis and shit. And then they get fucking killed, just like... psh.
Wow,
instantly
spoiler
for no
much.
reason.
The scariest part for me, though, is when they're at the strip club and these chicks take off their fucking tops. And you're like, all right, tits. And then these little mouths with fucking teeth on their nipples appear and start shooting fucking acid
Yeah.
out.
That was pretty
Dante's
tight.
Inferno type shit.
Yeah. And then they're laughing because everybody's dying from the acid, and the nipple mouths are laughing too.
my God.
That's pretty great. So the movie itself is not like of the quality of a really terrible movie that you want. It's not like
It's much worse.
It's not campy.
It's not
It's
much
not
worse.
campy.
The thing about it, if it was people with cardboard cutouts of shitty monsters doing porn quality acting, I would be like, okay, this is hilariously bad.
Fair.
But the problem is they almost made a really terrible movie and almost made a funny movie, so it just comes out to be fucking boring.
That's fair.
And it's and repetitive, and
So
it's
it's just on
painful.
that edge, and it just has nothing.
They
to
just
redeem it,
don't get it,
right.
it one way or the
so
other.
would you say that it's something like what me and Devin make, or better?
Better. A better by
Better.
far.
Yeah,
That's
a
what I
lot
remember.
better.